What's up, y'all? All right, there's been a big rift going on right now in the scene. As online versus offline is a topic. If you are in the know in the FGC, and I think I'm more than qualified to discuss this because as someone I've been playing competing for like 16 years since 2000, late 2004, 2005, or well 2005 when I first started traveling, but I was hosting online tournaments, playing in online tournaments, and this entire time I've been competing. So I know how it is on both sides. So I just want to discuss. So, do we need offline events with good netcode? I'll still say yes, we do to an extent, but with how rollback has been developing, and look, the best possible connection you can get right now today, literally, is PC on a rollback. You can play against Japan and have a good enough connection for competitive play. Yeah, it's not going to be perfect because it's not offline, but in my experience, offline events have been declining ever since we had to move to LCD screens and I guess quote unquote stronger consoles. Setups at different tournaments have always been uh, all over the place as far as the consistency. One event might have this model monitor and then that model monitor, and even though they might be around the same latency, they don't feel the same. And no one wants to, I don't know, everyone wants to discredit people and say they're just complaining and blah blah blah. But look, when you pay nearly $2,000 to travel somewhere and play, and it's not the same as a setup that they told you is a tournament setup for you to practice on, and you show up and lose or whatever, and you wasted all this money, you will have a totally different perspective because then you just want things to be how they're, I guess, projected to supposed to be, and it's really frustrating. I personally rather stay at home and play in the online tournament on a setup that I know is always going to be the same that it is, and just have to adjust to the varying lag. I rather that because then when I lose or when I win, guess what? I don't have to wait 2 days to go home. I don't have to pay extra money for food while I'm out there. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like the hotel room because the hotel beds. I don't care. I don't know if you haven't been to a tournament. I'm gonna let you know how it is. So most of the hotel rooms, I don't care. I haven't went to a hotel that had a bed that was good. All of them, I don't care if it's a high quality hotel, low quality hotel. All the beds suck. All of them suck. The pillows suck. The pillows might look like they're fluffy, but they're not. Guess what? You put your head on them and you go right to the bottom of the pillow, and it's like, what the hell? You gotta stack all. It's not comfortable, dude. It's not comfortable, and you're paying like around $200 a day just to stay there. So say, and then like for the average person, say you're not sponsored. Majority of people are not sponsored. There's way more unsponsored players than there are sponsored players, right? So this is how it is for y'all, or even us, because that's why people get sponsored, right? I mean, I'm not sponsored right now, but the point is, the sponsored players don't have to worry about those costs. You, the working person, you're like, well, I got to take off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Because Thursday, you're going to want to travel so you can get there Friday. Because sometimes the tournament might start on Friday, right? Like there might be team tournaments or something or whatever. Or they just might start the whole tournament on Friday. So you got to get there on Thursday. So you got to block out that entire, 5 days, right? Or say it's a tournament that starts on Saturday. So you got to get there Friday. Or if you're in the area, you just drive up, Saturday. But I'm saying, like, you fly there, you still got to block out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Because the tournament is going to run till Sunday. And then you get to fly home on Monday. So you missing hella work. For what? And then they're like, yeah, man, it's all about the community, man. Come hang out, blah, blah, blah. Look, man, look. I get it. Sometimes it's hard to make friends. And a lot of, especially now, but I encourage you to try at least. because yeah, it's cool to have people that you can have similar interests in. You meet them at a tournament and stuff, but it ain't worth $2,000. How much it costs normally to go to a tournament? It's not. I'm sorry, it's not. With everything that's going on now, and before COVID, people I guess forget how things were, but these were the main issues, the pre-lockdown issues, what I'll call them: equipment, safety, and logistics. The equipment was always inconsistent, like I mentioned earlier. Safety, people were shooting people at different events. A couple people got killed, not at a fighting game tournament, but at a Madden event. So like, and people were making threats. There was just a threat recently that happened, I guess, in Melty Blood or something in California. And then somebody just got jumped from going to a tournament. And they're in a hospital. To me, online is much more convenient. It's good enough for competitive play. Like, yeah, it ain't gonna be perfect, but then you got people show up. Oh man, PS4, I don't like how it feels. It's so much slower than PC. Yeah, offline PS4 feels slower than PC online sometimes. It's crazy. But hey, that's just the hardware. They can't. FGC is not going to afford PCs en masse. Yeah, people are waiting for a Steam Deck and stuff, and that's a whole nother story that you can use. But still, gotta make sure those monitors are right. And then, like, why are we complaining so much about rollback, right? Wanting them to put rollback in games. The whole point of that is so we don't have to travel. The better the online is. I get it, y'all gonna miss your friends and buddy old pals and stuff. There's VR though for that. I'm not discouraging meeting up and hanging out with people, but I'm just saying, like, if you want to be casual, just say that. If you're not competitive, that's fine. But at least for the hardcore competitors, it's much better for us to just sit at home and play in tournaments, especially with how, like, the whole content creator thing is pushed so much. Oh, build a brand. And that's a whole nother video. I'll talk about that later as far as like building a brand. But everybody don't need to be a content creator. Everybody's not trying to do it. They just want to play and compete. At least make it worthwhile for them to compete. Instead of just drain their money asking for a venue fee. And then tournaments, dude, the venue fees are like $90, $100. Like, yeah, I was just saying, like, about safety and stuff. But yeah, you gotta pay for that some way, somehow. I get it. But like I said, the costs don't seem worth it. Now, all these invite only tournaments, which is funny because y'all went down my neck about me mentioning about how there should be more invite only tournaments and like a qualifier for them. And now what do you see? Invite only tournaments happening, right? Offline. And qualifiers. What Red Bull Kumite just got announced. 7 players are invited. 1 last chance qualifier. Remember I said that? Y'all jumped on me. Why are not? What happened? Now, I'm also seeing a lack of competitive spirit in the FGC, and I get it where the culture is going, but that's not what the culture is built off of. The whole entire reason we have a scene is because of the tryhards. Yeah, the developers releasing the games and stuff, but where all these dope moments come from that show these games off? Tournaments, live events. Oh, by the way, the what's going on the screen on the left is actually Evo 2006 top 8 for DOA 4, one of the greatest games of all time. And on the right is Virtua Fighter Rank Match, another one of the greatest games of all time. They both came out within a year of one another, 2006 and 2007. But 2005, 2006. Actually, my bad. But look, we got rollback in these games, right? And they're good enough for competitive play. Y'all been doing these 10 versus 10 exhibitions for Strive, Japan versus America. I get it, Dragon Ball don't have it, so it's hard to do something like that. They could probably run it through Parsec, but even that is kind of I've seen it get mixed results. That's all I'm saying. For Mortal Kombat, people can compete. They definitely can. They definitely do. Honestly, it's good enough, in my opinion. Same thing with Injustice. You already know Killer Instinct, Power Rangers. The list goes on. The games have good rollback. Look at Nick All-Star Brawl, right? I'm pretty sure on PC is really good for what people have been saying. When it does work on PS4, it's... Dude, what is going on in the background? He's really just standing there and blocking one string. Anyway, that's ranked match. As you... Sorry, but... I just had a Joe Biden. My bad. It took me so off guard right there. Where... Thank you. Fight back. Goodness gracious. This is the virtual fire. What? Come on, man. Just look. Wow, I can't believe what's going on the screen. Are they really going to do that strategy the whole time? I'm really distracted by this. I am so sorry. But yeah, back to what I was saying. To have rollback, good rollback, it's very competitive to compete. Now, here's the thing. In Dead or Alive 4, I was competing in World Cyber Games 2007. There was online qualifiers. I qualified, yeah, and I was a national champion, and then we won a world championship for the whole shebang. Then Virtua Fighter 5 also had online qualifiers in WCG. Tekken 6 also had online qualifiers in WCG, and those netcodes weren't perfect, but they're playable. I don't know about Tekken 6 one being playable, but the Virtua Fighter 5 one was very playable. It was very good. This is actually very similar to how it felt on 360. So we have netcodes that are better than that out now, and it's very competitive. What's funny though is when I win online, I'm told, oh, it's just online, right? When other people win online, it was, oh, they're the greatest, they're great, blah 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 blah. Look, y'all need to stop picking and choosing when online matters, because you know when it matters. The thing is, majority of y'all don't want your egos to be damaged or your reputations to be damaged, so you fall back on, oh, it was because it was laggy or whatever. Now, some matches, we know when it's laggy. When you're teleporting all over the screen and you can't see what's going on and stuff, yeah, not playable, okay? You get an excuse. But when it's just like some minor delay or something, or it's a connection y'all are used to playing in, and you both agree to play in it, no excuse, man. No excuse. Just adapt and get better. With how things are in developing, no, man, it's good enough. Yeah, it ain't perfect, but it's good enough. It's definitely good enough. And then on top of that, offline tournaments, like I was saying, going back to equipment, dude, the stream setup will feel different than the pool setup, and then the pool setups will all feel different too. I'd rather play in consistent delay, a consistent speed of delay, whether it's slightly slower or medium slower or whatever, than to play on, oh, I'm playing on this monitor, feels like this. Now I'm playing on this monitor, feels like that. And then you play on the stream, this feels, no, man, Now the only difficult thing about playing online is when you have to play on stream, and then they gotta have you, your opponent, the commentators, and then whoever's streaming it in there so they can get the direct feed, and it spreads the connection. So you have to get used to how the game feels like that too. So that can also be an issue. That has kind of been like my biggest hurdle recently. Like in Pro Comp, I would get top 8, and then it'd be top 8 time, and then I play somebody, and then, you know, connection gets spread more. And plus they'll have me play somebody I normally don't have a good connection with. But that's just the brackets. You can't argue and say, it's just like, well, that's how the brackets win. They didn't just set them up like that. It's just the bracket. Sometimes you have to just charge it to the game like that. That's how I look at it. Now the content thing, maybe y'all need to make content that is better promoting for what you really want to do, because y'all really want to compete, but you're just making certain content because you're like, well, this is what people want to see. You should be showing people more of what you want to see and what you want to do, and show them how fun it is, so then they get on it too. Instead of forcing yourself to go outside your comfort zone and do stuff that is not even you. I'm talking for different content and stuff. Because then you're forcing everybody else to do stuff. Well, they feel forced to do stuff they don't want to do, even though they just want to compete. Like, everybody don't need to have to be a content creator or something like that. Some people just want to compete and be great players. Because that's what the scene was based off of, man. If there was no tournaments and stuff, a lot of these games wouldn't be as dope as you think they are, as they look. Because there was nobody there to figure them out and like spread them to their edge and show you how dope they are and how they look. Trust me, a lot of I wouldn't have found out about the scene if I didn't see what was going on with Evo and stuff back in the day. I watched the 2004 Evo trailer and the rest was history. I was like, dang, I got to be a part of this. Like, it's weird that people try to totally write off online results despite the netcodes being good. Even in Street Fighter. I mean, Street Fighter, yeah, I get it. It's kind of sporadic and stuff, but on PC, y'all be getting good connections with each other if it's good. Like, you can't fight for rollback in fighting games and then downplay the online events. Then the developers looking at y'all like, then what did you have us put this in for? It's not easy for them to implement rollback into their games. You should at least do the courtesy and take the online events serious and make them count for something. Seriously, I'm not even playing. Like, let's stop downplaying the online events after you default for rollback for the game. Especially for like the new generation of players, give them something to strive for. And like the upplay offline, like as I was saying, like, yeah, hanging out with your friends, meeting your friends and stuff, playing in the best possible conditions when it happens, and, you know, feeding off the energy in the room and all that stuff. But you can still get that feeling watching online. It won't be the exact same, but group chat, stream chat, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got your Discord calls, Zoom calls, all that stuff, man. Or you could do a watch party or something in person. Even at a tournament, because there's still locals going on. Y'all can be watching an online event. Be like, oh yeah, look. I mean, it's been going on. It's been happening forever. But we gotta stop downplaying online, because it's good enough. If offline was a 10 in the best possible settings, offline, I'm not talking about with the overheated console or the stream setup feeling different than the pool setup or the wrong monitor, etc. I'm talking about the perfect setup. And the perfect setup online, I would give online an 8 and offline a 10. I'm talking about on good rollback, it's an 8, okay? As far as like how it should be played compared to offline. Now, of course, the bad stuff about online is people be cheating, but you gotta just have a more secure way of identifying them. That's it. They gotta send a picture, or sometimes, I don't know if you can even make people send an ID, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be paying out money, wouldn't you want to know that they say who they say they are or whatever, or you're not sending, just, you know, they're not able to cheat. And then people, I'm trying to think of other, like, of course, people cheating and like DDoSing people and stuff. I feel like, honestly, having people pay like a fee to make sure and verify themselves, like, yeah, this is me and I'm not going to do this, because the only way you can damage somebody is like in their pocket in some way. But I wouldn't charge more than $5 for an online tournament, to be honest with you. That's to go for, you know, running the bracket and everything else. So, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out on that. I'll talk about some other things, but on this topic, man, I feel like, yeah, offline events are always going to be there, but I think that the scene should embrace and stop making excuses for losing when it's actually a legitimate loss in an online environment. Because I'm just saying this right now. I beat you online. I'm definitely going to beat you offline. And let's not even bring up my offline track record. Will you mean, like, I don't want to do that because they ain't even fair. It's like, dude, you can't sit here and be like, well, no, you won't. Like, dude, are you serious? But yeah, y'all, give me your thoughts in the comments. How y'all feel about the online versus online thing? Or did I say online versus online? I said online, whatever. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I'm gonna be playing some more stuff. I'm ready to embrace online, and I'm gonna be hosting some more stuff. So hopefully y'all embrace online with me. It's the future. Online is the future. Like Third Strike, we gotta fight for the future. All right, peace, y'all. Have a good night. Or see you on stream. I'll probably be streaming all night, playing MK, Dragon Ball, No 2 etc. All the games.